Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. For those who has been seeing the last videos that I posted, we are in a mission of fix my GPU 4090 of overheating. So while gaming, you can see that the numbers are quite high. We have 86 degrees for GPU temperature, 68 for the junction temperature, and the hot spot is just sitting over 100 degrees, which is not good at all. If I'll keep gaming like that, pretty sure my GPU is gonna be dying soon, I would say. And for those who has been watching me knows that I've tried to clean the cold plate of my GPU, which was pretty much necessary. Tried to change the coolant, and I also changed the reservoir. That wasn't something to fix the GPU, but yeah, I think that was way more beautiful. And last but not least, I even blow up my loop. So without further ado, let's go through the process. So right now what we're gonna do is pretty much open the GPU, or better, open the water block and see how is the thermal paste in the GPU. I hope that's gonna be the reason. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Guys, FYI, like you just saw me removing the thermal paste from that side of the GPU. If you look at the manual of the thermal take water block, there is no need to put thermal paste, actually thermal pads in that side of the GPU. I put it that because I remember when I removed the AIO from the 4090, there were some thermal pads over there in that spot. So I said, whatever, let's put some thermal pads here as well. And voila, that's the reason why my GPU is overheating so much, guys. Look at that. You don't see thermal paste spread on the GPU. You see around it. You see it in the green spots, not in the silver spot, in the gray spot. The gray spot, it is where it is the GPU at the center of the board, right? So, and you see thermal paste all around it. So yeah, I'm 99% sure that that's the reason why my GPU is overheating so much. So let's start to change all the thermal pads. But guys, look, here's the thing. I've bought like some very good quality thermal pads. I bought 1 millimeter, but when I did the measurement, I saw that would be too thin. I didn't want to risk like I put one on the top of the other and see how it's gonna sit, you know, because it's time consuming, you know, to do all that stuff. Plus it's dangerous, you know, because you are dealing with your GPU. So assemble and unassemble, all that kind of stuff. And I saw that the thermal pads that I used before was pretty fine. So I said, whatever, I'm gonna use the same thermal pads. Like it's thermal take water block. I squeezed the internet as much as I could. I tried to find the right size of the height of the thermal pads, but I couldn't find that at all. So I played safe. I bought the 1 millimeter, but I think it's the 1.5 or maybe even 2 millimeters that comes with the thermal take water block. So I didn't want to, you know, to risk that. So I said, whatever, let's use the thermal pads that came with the water block. They were pretty clean, they were pretty fine. Like you can see, there was a lot of spare thermal pads over there. And yeah, I ended up like just, you know, cleaning the whole thing and putting everything back together. Like you can see that I'm using alcohol to clean all the spots as much as I could. Even if I would leave something behind, that's fine. It's a thermal pad, so it's not gonna, you know, break anything or curd circuit anything. So yeah, it's a big of effort, you know, to clean everything, but it's worth, because at the end of the day it's a 4090, right guys? So we are in 2026. It's still a very good GPU. So yeah, I'm just looking after it as best as I can, because you guys know it's not a cheap thing. Yeah, so there we go. Now we are placing all the thermal pads, trying to be careful as I can, and trying to cover all the spots. because yeah, I don't want to have to disassemble that again. So there we go. Now we go with the thermal paste. So I did a lot of research about it. So the secret is you don't spread that when you put the board on the water block. Let it spread by itself. So that's what I did, because I remember when I put everything together for the first time, I used something to spread the thermal paste on top of the GPU, and I think that was my mistake. But it's funny because I don't remember the GPU overheating after I put everything together back in the past. So that started to happen, I don't know, a while ago. But yeah, let's use this approach. Let's just put the thermal paste on top of it and let the water block to spread it as it should be. So now I'm not gonna put thermal pads like as it was before. I'm just gonna follow the manual of Thermaltake. I'm not gonna trying something fancy, trying something new. I'm gonna leave without the thermal pads at the back, and yeah, let's see how it plays. I'm just finishing up the front side. Okay, it's time for testing. Let's see. Everything's on ultra, like a 4K, you know, 220 megahertz for the screen, for the monitor. If I'm not wrong, maybe it's 240. So let's put the numbers on, and wow, there you go, guys. It made a lot of difference. Look at that. Wow, man, that's really good. Hotspot temperature was over 100. Now it's 43. The GPU temperature 34, 39, and the junction temperature maximum was 46. Oh man, finally I managed to fix that thing. Oh, finally. I was so anxious and worried about it, you know, like I didn't want to buy the whole thing again. Well, that's it. End of another chapter. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, because there is more videos to come. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave any comments to me. I will really appreciate that. And I'll see you again soon. Peace.